a Big Ten rival. But it reminded me of something because I get a little concussed. I played a lot of basketball, hit the floor a lot. What did you say the other day we was going to be talking about as related to this game?
We'll be talking about firing Harbaugh on Monday.
Oh, no, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
That wasn't me. We'll be talking about firing Harbaugh on Monday. I don't think that was me.
Okay. Now, I didn't hear it. I'll say it a little bit louder. Say it with your chest.
We'll be talking about firing Harbaugh on Monday. I can talk about firing Harbaugh. I'll talk about firing Harbaugh, no problem. It doesn't mean just because they won, they scored 10 points. It was an inept performance from the offense. I thought Harbaugh was this quarterback guru. I thought he was an offensive guru. Oh, they took Colin Kaepernick and went to the Super Bowl. I thought that Harbaugh was, Shea Patterson finally got his guy this year, and it's all going to be different. This Michigan, I'm not rooting against this Michigan football team. I'm not just trying to troll. I just don't think they're that good. They're about to play Michigan State. They're about to play Ohio State. And we'll see. We'll see if putting up 10 points in the first quarter and then being held scoreless for 3/4 of the game will work against some of the better programs in the Big Ten.
You know what makes you good? When you beat a top 15 program. When your defense holds them to 3 points in a collegiate football game. That is good. Now, I am concerned again, like you said, about our inability to move the ball up and down the field. But I do know one thing. Today is Monday, and you said something was going to happen on Monday. Say it with your chest.
We'll be talking about firing Harbaugh on Monday. Okay? Listen.
Okay.
All right. I didn't know that we were going to bring up old things that we said on the show and try to clown our co-host with it because that can work both ways. That can go two ways, Jalen Rose. That can go two ways. All right. Now you've done open up the floodgates of old takes. Now you've opened up the floodgates of old takes. All right. I saw that then run down. I was like, okay, Jalen, we can start doing this now. I didn't know we were going to do that, but we can do this. Moving on. We got our very first look at Anthony Davis in actual sort of exhibition competition alongside LeBron James in a Laker uniform, and it did not disappoint. Davis's first quarter was impressive, and then him and James were just teaming up again and again. That was that kind of pick and roll that we've been looking for. James was just finding Davis all over the floor, and Davis was cleaning up James' misses. It was a really impressive performance from these two superstars, and it led me to ask you this question. There's a lot of new duos of superstars in the NBA. But are they the most complementary pieces to each other amongst those dynamic duos in the league?
No, I think Kawhi and Paul George are going to be really complimentary. We got to still see what's going to happen with Russell and James Harden because I know there are going to be times I look down in the stat sheet and both of those guys are going to have triple-doubles many times in the same game this year. And so while those couple of squads we're going to be enamored with, don't sleep. The Golden State Warriors still got Draymond and Steph. So here's what I will say about the Lakers that they have that other top teams are going to struggle with all season. Height. That's what they have. Okay, LeBron James, the primary ball handler, 6'9". Anthony Davis is going to be getting up 25 and 12, 7 foot. Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, 6'10", 7 foot. Like, they have so much height and athleticism. I think that's going to be an issue for their opponents. They look so much bigger than the Warriors. This may be a problem when they play against the Clippers as well. Now, of course, every team has strengths and weaknesses, but your compatibility issue works really well for LeBron in his 17th year, deferring to Anthony Davis, who's never won a championship. LeBron has 3 to allow him to come into his own playing on this stage. I like what I saw. We're not surprised by what we saw. It's going to be a terrific season for the Lakers. After watching them, officially, they became my favorite to win it all this year.
I like this. That sounds like something that I could, take and then re-rack and embarrass you with as we move forward. Noted. Moving on.
Kyle Kuzma, 6'9". Like, they have some productive size up front.
The Sixers are like that, too. The Sixers, a very, very tall team after some of the moves they made in the offseason. Jalen, sometimes there's video that's just so interesting it needs to be broken down in distinct detail, and we do so when you and I go to the table. I'm keeping a close eye on what LaMelo Ball is doing in Australia. His defender on this play clearly is not. This is LaMelo Ball's first game debuting with the league, And skirt.
Oh.
Got him once, got him twice, and then gave him a curl while he was on the ground. Jalen, did he need to give him the inside-out curl while he was on the ground? That just seemed disrespectful.
Well, those logos can be a little slick. I can't front those international logos.
Okay.
I can't front. You notice he slipped on that one, and then he slipped on the one at the top of the floor. But LaMelo is balling, is killing. That was a terrific move. But typical multimedia, as well as today's NBA player, and now it is filtered back to college and high school in the park and the YMCA. It was a terrific move, but the play continued. And he drove to the basket. He dropped it off to somebody who airmailed a dunk. Okay, so let's have that same energy on the entire play.
Okay. Listen, since we're going to the table, we're breaking everything down in detail. I believe the gentleman's last name was Boone, and he complained vehemently about getting fouled. You know when you miss someone's good assist, you're going to complain about getting that wasn't my fault. And then I watched it a few times. I was like, yeah, maybe you got touched, but, like, you still should have made the dunk. Definitely still should have made the dunk. Oh, I'm glad you set me
You know
up.
I like to see them tall point guards
like 15
out there killing.
Of course. I just felt like the most disrespectful thing was when he had a defender on his knee and gave him one more inside-out curl. It was just like, why you even got to do that? He's on his knees. He's not going to catch up to you. You don't got to get him off balance again. Jalen, there are some performances in NFL Week 5 that will blow your mind. One of those is from Deshaun Watson, and we will break it down right after this. Mr. Met was walking off through a tunnel. He felt like he was off wax, and a fan gave him a little bit of lip, and he turned around, held down 3 of his 4 fingers. In Mr. Met's defense, I ask you a simple question. If you have 4 fingers, can you give a fan the middle finger?
I don't think so.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. Mr. Met, get at us. We are the law firm of Rose and Jacoby. We'll represent you for free in whatever proceedings needed. And also, it just goes to show, Mr. Met, you are never off wax.